Do you want to experience a professional NAS system right on your own computer? Are you interested in learning how to deploy TrueNAS for storage, backup, and file sharing without investing in a physical server? In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to install TrueNAS on VirtualBox in a simple and practical way. First, make sure VirtualBox is installed on your computer. If you haven't installed it yet, go ahead and download and install it before continuing. Next, download the TrueNAS ISO file from the official website. You can download it directly from the official website. I've placed the link in the video description below. From the homepage, go to Support and Resources. Then select TrueNAS Community Edition. Next, click on Download TrueNAS Community Edition. You'll be redirected to the official download page. Next, scroll down to the bottom of the page. You can sign up if you'd like to receive updates from them. If not, simply click No Thanks, I have already signed up to continue the download without registering. Here, choose the version you want to use. I recommend selecting the latest stable version for better stability and security updates. Then click and start saving the ISO file to your computer. Alright, once you have the TrueNAS ISO file ready, go ahead and open VirtualBox. On the main VirtualBox interface, click New to create a new virtual machine. In the VM name field, enter a name for your virtual machine, for example, TrueNAS1 to keep things organized. Next, in the ISO image section, click and select the TrueNAS ISO file that we downloaded earlier. Once selected, VirtualBox will use this file as the installation media to boot and install the operating system. Next, in the OS type section, choose BSD. This is because TrueNAS is based on FreeBSD, and selecting the correct operating system type ensures better compatibility and stability for the virtual machine. Next, adjust the RAM and CPU allocation for the TrueNAS virtual machine. The exact values depend on your computer's hardware, so make sure you don't allocate too much and affect your host system. I recommend at least 4 GB of RAM and 2 CPUs to ensure stable performance for lab and basic testing purposes. Next, configure the virtual disk size for installing TrueNAS. This disk is only used for the operating system installation, not for storing your main data. Finally, click Finish to complete the virtual machine creation process. Next, select that virtual machine and click Settings so we can fine-tune a few important configurations before installation. In the Settings window, go to the Network tab. By default, the network mode is set to NAT. However, to make things simpler and easier to access, switch it to Bridged Adapter. With Bridged mode, your virtual machine will obtain an IP address in the same local network. Alright, now that everything is configured, click Start to Power on the virtual machine and begin installing TrueNAS. On the boot screen, select the first option and press Enter. The system will then start loading the TrueNAS installer. On this screen, select Install/Upgrade and press Enter. Next, select the virtual disk we created earlier by pressing the space key to mark it. Once you see it selected, press Enter to proceed to the next step. Next, the system will display a warning that all data on the disk will be erased. Select Yes to continue. On this screen, select Administrative User so we can set the password for the admin account. This account is used to log in to the TrueNAS web interface, so make sure to choose a strong and secure password to protect your system. Next, if your system uses modern hardware or your virtual environment supports NVMe, Select Yes. Now the extraction and installation process will begin. It usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes depending on your system's performance. During this time, simply wait for the installation to complete. Alright, we've successfully installed TrueNAS on VirtualBox. Before rebooting, make sure to remove the ISO file that was previously attached. This prevents the virtual machine from booting back into the installer and ensures it boots directly into the newly installed TrueNAS system. Now, select Reboot System to restart the virtual machine. The system will reboot, and this time it will boot directly into the newly installed TrueNAS. On the main console screen, you'll see several configuration options listed with numbers. If you want to configure anything, simply type the corresponding number and press Enter. However, in most cases, all we need is the displayed IP address to access the web management interface from a browser. Now, open your web browser. Enter the IP address displayed on the TrueNAS console into the address bar. On the login screen, use the default username admin and enter the password you set earlier. Once logged in successfully, you'll be taken to the main TrueNAS dashboard, where we can start configuring the storage system. At the moment, TrueNAS is obtaining its IP address from DHCP. For more stable, long-term access, you should configure a static IP address for TrueNAS. You can find the link in the video description below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.